everyone, my name is Rayanna and I'm a senior nutrition student at Case Western Reserve University in the didactic program in dietetics. Although I will be graduating in just a few days, I will be returning in the fall in order to complete my master's in nutrition as well as my dietetic internship at nearby university hospitals. So today we're going to be making a fun little recipe. My family is Italian, and so I grew up making homemade ravioli with my mom and my grandma, so that's what we're going to be doing today. And to start off, we're going to tie our hair back, wash our hands, and then we'll get started.
Okay, so today we will be making two different kinds of ravioli. The first is a sweet potato recipe, and then we'll also be making spinach ravioli. Here are our main ingredients for the two different fillings, and I'm going to explain some of the health benefits of each of these ingredients. So starting off with sweet potato, it is a great source of beta-carotene, a provitamin form of vitamin A. Vitamin A is important for the visual cycle and plays a role in immunity as well. Sweet potatoes also contain vitamin C, which has many antioxidant activities within the body. Next up, spinach is a great source of vitamin K. Vitamin K is a cofactor for several gamma carboxylation reactions in the body to synthesize GLA proteins such as clotting proteins that are key for healthy blood clotting. Spinach also contains a good amount of folate, which is required for both amino acid and nucleic acid metabolism. Finally, we have our ricotta and Romano cheeses, both of which are great sources of calcium to support healthy bone structure. We'll start off by making our sweet potato filling. I started by baking a couple sweet potatoes until they were very soft. This can take a while, but you can also microwave sweet potatoes, so there are ways to speed up the process if need be. Then I removed the skins and mashed them up until they looked like they were pureed, kind of like baby food. Next, I just added a few ingredients to bring out some additional flavors. I sauteed some garlic and onion together and added that along with some brown sugar, salt and pepper to taste, olive oil, and Romano cheese. I didn't really use a recipe for any of this, so I just did some approximate measurements and added what sounded good to me along the way, so I definitely encourage you to be creative. The spinach filling is next. So the base is our ricotta cheese, and then I added parsley as well as salt and pepper to taste. Then I added some Romano cheese and a couple eggs and mixed that all together. I ran the spinach through the food processor so the leaves were finely chopped without having a mushy texture. This helps the filling fit better into the dough pockets without being super lumpy with bigger pieces of spinach, but we also want to avoid a soggy mixture that leaks through the dough. To finish it off, I stirred the spinach into the cheese mixture, so now we are done with both of our fillings. The ingredients for our dough are pretty simple. We have flour, water, eggs, and olive oil, and we just mix it all together. This is my mom making the dough by hand. My family often makes ravioli for large family gatherings, so we'll be making upwards of 300 plus ravioli in one day. So the standing mixer is definitely convenient, but it can be done by hand. You add the ingredients in order to reach your ideal texture, so if the dough is dry, add more water, and if it's too sticky, flour can be added. You get a feel for this after a while and what ingredient proportions work for you. When I was younger, we used to roll out our pasta dough by hand using a hand crank pasta maker, which was so fun, but a ton of work. Recently, we got this nice attachment for my mom's standing mixer that cranks for you, which is definitely more efficient. So as you can see, she just feeds the dough through the pasta maker and adjusts the distance between the rollers until it reaches the dough thickness that she's looking for. She adds flour along the way just to avoid the dough sticking to the pasta maker. For ravioli, we want to make wide strips so we can fold the dough over the filling. Here is our setup for forming the ravioli. Many different instruments can be used, but I prefer to use 2 spoons to scoop the filling and form it into a ball on the dough, a pastry cutter to cut the individual ravioli, and then a fork to seal the ravioli shut. Sealing the ravioli is key so the filling does not leak out as the pasta boils. Here is a video of the whole process using the instruments I mentioned previously in order to form the ravioli. It is definitely a time-consuming ordeal, but it is truly a special form of art that I find very enjoyable and relaxing. Throughout the years, I have spent so much time with friends and family making ravioli, and I cherish these memories, along with the opportunity to sit down to a wonderful dinner after hours of work. Here is a small sample of our finished product. We boiled the ravioli and covered them with homemade sauce before enjoying this delicious and nutritious dinner.